Highway Skinny is in the building. Shout out to the best mod ever, ever. Hands down. What up, what up, what up, what up? Salute and shout out to my guy, Highway Skinny. So, yo, check it, y'all. Y'all ready to have a good show? Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
We ready.
I want to hear some excitement, y'all. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, this one I'm going to do a little different. I got a few different topics that I want to discuss. Yeah. Ladies, I'm going to start with y'all. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Are y'all okay with sharing your man's gracefulness? Meaning, if you have your girlfriends or other women that's around you that needs your man to hand a helping hand, are you down to share your man? Now, I'm going to play some content for y'all real quick. Let me know what y'all think.
Ago, I asked Jonathan why he puts a towel over his head during certain parts of his workout. He told me that sometimes when he's doing his workout and there happens to be a woman working out around him, he does that out of respect for her. He doesn't want her to feel like he's looking at her or anything like that. And so he does that to make sure she's not uncomfortable with him doing his workout at whatever machine he's at. And I don't even know why that surprised me or took me back, but honestly, it's so him. And I just love that. I love that for us as women. I genuinely do not mind sharing my husband. Yes, baby, go hold that door for her. Yes, okay, put me in the car and then go over there and help her with her groceries. That's fine, no problem. Yeah, but hey, yeah, if they need you to help them put their TV up, no problem. At the end of the day, I genuinely don't mind him making sure every woman that we come across not only knows or sees love and respect from a good man, but they experience it, even if only for a little bit. I know that there will always be parts of him that are reserved for me and only me. But I love sharing those parts of him that are just so godlike and so pure. Who am I to stop him from being who God it created him to be? I definitely think when you pick someone, don't pick them because they make you feel like you're the exception. There are some things, again, that you should be the exception in. But overall, them having respect for only you and not for other women, eventually they won't have respect for you either. It's important to make sure that whoever you spend your life with, you're not special. The way they treat you is because that's just who they are. That's just who they are. And at the end of the day, they'll show you that you're special in ways that are so far beyond that. But the core of who they are, that's just who they are. And anybody can get that love. Anybody can get that respect. And I love that for us women, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it so much.
All right, y'all, talk about it. Let's talk about it. What y'all think about that? Ladies, are y'all willing to share your man? And fellas, are you willing to be shared? Let's go, Candace. What up, what up?
Yeah, because I know that couple, and I know the context that she's speaking in. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I know that there's some things that are reserved for me and only me. But Jerome being the way that he is, if we're driving or we're walking and somebody is having a hard time, do it. Now, when it becomes repetitive, because I'm about mitigating, like my trauma is telling me to mitigate risk. Like, no, not everybody. But if he sees someone in need, his grace, I don't care about sharing it because it's not just mine. It doesn't just belong to me. He still has to also belong to the rest of the world. But yeah, I totally do it.
Okay. Respect. Kit, how you feel about that? You willing to share your man?
You said it like that.
Oh boy, it is Sunday, so we will keep it, a little less Adams.
Oh, kid, when do you ever? It be Sunday every Sunday, kid, and you still do it. When do you ever?
I be trying. Y'all just don't let me try. I be trying. I don't personally feel like, and again, because of her context, I can understand where she's coming from as far as the sharing boundaries, if you will. Because you can clearly tell that there's still some things that have boundaries. Like you can share your energy, you can share your, you're willing to be, respectful and helpful, you know, even making sure, that, certain chivalries are done in absence of your man, other man, whatever the case. But yeah, because I understand her context, I understand what she's saying. And so in that sense, you know, again, it's kind of like what she said, how you show respect for others will in turn show how you, continue and respect me. So
Mhm.
yeah, so I get it.
Yeah, because it shows that, like when she said that, it shows that um, just because a person seems to be nice with you and loving you, if you see that that's not their consistent character all the way around, all you have to do is do something wrong or change the condition for them to start acting and to pull back those things. So that's another thing with looking at people who don't want to do that, like who don't want to share. You got to understand if he is a person that does not do it, he's only doing it for you under conditions.
All right, I got some things to say about what y'all saying, speaking from a male perspective. But go ahead, Quint. What's your thoughts on the topic? I see Quint down there smiling. What's your thoughts?
You got to be mindful when doing things, because a lot of times when you offer help, um, some women accept it as just help. Some women look at it as if you're trying to come on to them or whatever the case. So by no means do I say don't be kind to people. If someone needs help, I'd help them, especially the elderly person, people. But I'm kind of I kind of look at things a whole lot of different ways before I offer my help, because you never can tell how that person's going to receive it.
Okay. What's your thoughts, Professor?
I think me and Quinn are on the same page. I love to be shared. Sharing is definitely caring. Definitely share me with the bad next door neighbor. The lady down the street. I definitely screw on a light bulb. Make sure her mattress is not too firm. I do whatever you need me to do. So if you want me to share, I'll share. Just don't get mad when I'm, being oversharing, because I'm just being a helpful person. No, I would say this. I wouldn't want my woman to be shared with anybody. Hey, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? I wouldn't want that. So I wouldn't necessarily want to be shared. Now, if it's an elderly woman, I may hold the door, take her groceries. But if it's someone 5'5", thick in the thighs, I'm definitely not going to help her out, especially when I'm with my woman, because I don't want her to feel a certain type of way, because that can come back to bite you in the butt later on.
That's good.
Right. So my thought process on being shared is, I'm like, what is this, right? Like, what is this whole? Because they're not the only couple that made content like this. Right now, that's all over the internet. If my man isn't good to other women, if my man doesn't hold doors and do this and do that for other women, I don't want him. But think about it though, right? Think about this. The likelihood is these are single women that are looking for quote unquote men. So if you need a man, and I'm the man that's always available to come screw in your light bulb, put up your TV, you might have a problem. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't be no one. If we have a selective group of people that you hang out with, maybe you my wife's friend, yeah, I'll help you out. I'll come put up a TV for you. But just on some like the average woman that...
I had a problem before that then. I had a problem before that. Then that means I didn't choose correctly. I didn't choose correctly, because if I have to sit here and be cautious of my dude getting into something with someone that he's helping me, being the person that I am, the emotionally aware person that I am, the perceptive person that I am, I should have picked up on that. So that just exposed what was already there. Thank you.
I think you're misconstruing it, Candace.
How so?
Because you don't. We're not saying that if we help someone out, we're gonna do something with them. Well, what he's saying, if I'm hearing this correctly,
Yeah, please
is
make
that
sure it's the right thing.
a lot of women are looking for a good man, a good, kind, good, helpful man, right? And if you are sharing your man with these women, uncaringly and so on and so forth, then what we're saying is that there may come a time where they say, well, I may be able to take him from her. And what he's saying, he's not saying that we're going to go with them or what have you. What we're saying is to not put ourselves in that situation. Like, say, for instance, if it is friends, I would rather not be overly helpful to a friend of the family and something like that happen than to be shared and all this and all that, and then something go on to break up the friendship. Because if that happens, I'm gonna tell my wife, look, your girl tried to holler.
So still, my thing is, so you're talking about the haphazardly go help this lady out. I'm not. I'm talking about the making sure that the core of your relationship is safe from everything out in the world, including your grace. You can't be overly graceful. So I'm talking about those who would allow that. But us saying that we would allow that, that means the man would have to make the choice to. So if you are uncomfortable with that, you don't want to become overly overly helpful or whatever, because that can cause things to happen, then as a man who controls the relationship, who has dominion over the relationship, then you can stop that. Your wife wouldn't have to let you do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying that, like, that there has to be, like, who are we talking about? Are we talking about the people that, child, yeah, my man better go out there and help? But we're not talking about those. I'm not. I'm talking about us who consider the people that we're with as individuals and allowing them to do what God put them on this earth to do. And if that's helped somebody, that's helped somebody. Now, like I said, if it's every week somebody needs help doing something and it's a youngin', I'm coming too. Or you don't even have to come, because I can come. I'm strong. I'm good.
You
I
gonna
got it.
put up a TV?
Huh?
You gonna put up a
She
TV?
ain't gonna, but she's not gonna have to put up a TV every week. Listen to me. That's what's wrong with y'all men. I said every week.
Yeah,
And
but
she
she gonna
gonna
find
call
something around that
and,
house.
and it's not going to be, I'm not gonna have somebody calling me talking about, hey, can your man come over? If it's not a family and it's nothing that he specializes in, hold on. What's that lady name who had that website? Something list, Angie's List. Let me get on Angie's List for you. We'll pay for it.
So now it's changing.
Huh?
Yo,
Now it's changing. You love this kind man and he can help anybody. So now
Nothing is
it's Angie's List.
changing. Nothing is changing, sir. I think you're getting things misconstrued. Nothing is changing. There can be both. I love him. He can do whatever it is he wants. He's loyal to me. I'm loyal to him. I want him to help people when we see them in the need of help. But there are circumstances where that help goes too far. And every individual has the right to set those boundaries and keep those boundaries. We were just talking about the boundaries of it all, boundaries in sharing. So there can be, you don't have to have it one way and it's just going to all fly out the window. No.
And that's all we were
So, yeah,
saying.
I said the Chris Rock movie. I think I love my life.
but yeah, I peeped that Pooh, man, that Chris Rock movie. Yo, but so I don't like the concept of being shared, and that's the word that's going on out there, is the word shared. Everybody's talking about sharing your husband as if we're just some utilities. But whatever happened to, I don't need a man. Now all of a sudden,
Right.
these single women that don't want a man now need a man to come fix and change freaking smoke battery detectors and, you know what I'm saying, light fixtures. And why? TaskRabbit, Angie's List, all of this stuff works. Or if you got a good friend, male friend, that's your plug right there.
And you're right. You're right. They independent don't need a man until they got to move houses. Until
You want to know what's so funny about this
car
conversation?
breakdown. What's
The
funny
funny
about the
part about
conversation?
this conversation is that the women here have enough sense and understanding about the differences and the boundaries and stuff that we would allow that. But you all don't even know how to set your own boundaries, that any impropriety possibly happening is something that's going on in your head. Like the fact that you all are thinking that you going to change or with a TV is going to lead to you potentially clapping cheeks is like the wildest thing, and that says something
But it
about.
happens.
But
It
it says
happens though.
And you was
See,
already
see,
like that. You was
here's the
never
thing.
mind, man. You were
Here-
never
here-
mind. You were
here-
mind for the moment.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing y'all fail to. Here's the thing y'all fail to
Damn, y'all
understand.
let Kit
No,
finish.
what y'all fail to realize.
For once.
Because us men have said this on panel after panel after panel. You know, men have not all men, but some men have a hard time staying faithful. And if a girl's over there with some short shorts on,
I don't understand
and a
why
tank top, and she keeps
monogamy.
asking you to come over, and Miss Walker keeps saying, "Come over."
Damn,
those
Professor,
men are
you're
not
losing
for me.
it for us.
We go clap
Those
cheeks.
men
It
are
is
not
what
for
it
me.
is.
You're losing it for us.
That's fine.
That's not the case. That's
That
not
is
the case.
Listen,
Just hey, look, I go to the gym 3 days a
listen,
week.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
talk to the two married
Quinn,
men
you
on
don't
the panel
agree
'cause I
with
ain't
him?
get nobody in trouble.
No.
No, he can't. They can't agree with because they married.
No, look. Just because you see someone in some revealing clothing or what have you, don't mean you're trying to get with them or what. What I'm saying is, when we first started the topic, you all spoke about what Candace, you spoke about if a guy is not that type of guy, then he may not be a good guy. But what we're saying is that if someone is asking for help too often, or either we're helping someone, and if I come back and tell you, look, I'm not going over there to help her out anymore, just take it for that. Let my intuition
Oh, I'm cool. I'm gonna be
lead the
like,
way.
cool.
Don't feel
You
like,
good?
oh, he's not a good guy. He don't want to help out. He don't want to do this. He's not a kind guy. No, hey,
You
I'm an
miss a lot
asshole
of
for
words
real.
that I say. And for you to
Yeah.
tell me that you think I'm misconstruing, you don't listen to a lot of things I
Yeah,
say because
yeah,
I said consistently. I said,
Even
if he's he's the type of person, you see an old woman struggling to get across the street and we at the stoplight and I'm driving and you don't say anything, my boys will do it because that's the way that they were raised. So let's say you see a woman with a baby in bags and she's trying to get out the door and you right there, you're not going to open the door. If I consistently
Yeah, no,
see that
you
there's
help
something
her.
in him,
Where her man at?
Who said we wouldn't do that?
who cares what? You're not there at work, at home.
Who said we wouldn't do that?
Non-existent. I got you.
Okay.
So
Who
that's the
said-
woman you help.
That's
That's the woman
Quinn,
you
you're
help.
doing
Hey,
word
we'll
salad.
help
You're
those-
doing word salad. You're doing word salad. What you just said to me, let's communicate clearly.
Me
You
or Professor?
listen, what you just said to me is that I made it seem as though like no, what you said was that I made it seem as though that you guys are saying if you look at somebody, it's gonna happen. And
No,
I said, and listen, and you said if
we've been listening.
I
to
was
you the
saying that
whole
if they
time.
didn't do it, they were a bad guy. That's it is. And I said, no, you weren't listening. I'm telling you, half of that is right. But I said, if they consistently miss opportunities to do that, or even like, oh, I'm not going to help them. I'm not going to help them. Then there's something about them that is not my type of guy. Now, if they decide that he's not going to do it, then cool. That's what you don't want to do. If you don't want to help that person no more, you're a grown man. That's your autonomy. I'm still not going to get at you. But I said that can indicate, not necessarily does indicate. And we were talking about the video.
You notice how the circumstances change? You know,
No.
when we men were
I know
talking, we were talking about hanging a TV and all this and all that. If we go to a person's house to hang a TV, help them hang a TV or help them in the household or what have you, and they're wearing something skimpy, and I come home and say, look, I ain't going back over there to help them motherfuckers come out back half naked. You know, that's
listen to the
different from
video.
That is different. And here's the thing: what you're
Yeah.
saying.
damn, can I finish? Can I finish?
If you got, I mean, we try not to waste time. So if you're saying the wrong thing, you should be the wrong thing in 5 minutes.
You talk for 3
Because
minutes at
that's
a
not what
time, and I can't
happened.
talk for 50 seconds.
I want you to replay the video because I'm making sense. And
Yeah, I ain't got to replay the video. What I'm saying is, if I see someone with a lot of bags, I'll help. If I see an old lady need help, I'll help. 9 times out of 10, the circumstances that you are talking about will be something where we're together. And I see this going on in public. What we're talking about is if we're going to someone's house to help them with household things, hang a TV, screw in a light, but whatever the case, and we say, no, we're not going over there. Don't think we're bad guys because we pick up on something that we don't want to be in that situation anymore.
So I agree. I agree. I don't think you're bad
Right.
guys. And I understand what you're saying in that context, but that's not the only context that the video was in. So I understand what you're saying with
Right.
that. Yes, with that, you're right. But in totality, you aren't. Go ahead. Sorry, kid.
Highway, we keep Clint in the closet for safety reasons. So we will not be freeing Clint from the closet.
Safe place.
We keep him there for safety. Him and his knees need to be in the closet, and we keep him there for safety reasons. Okay. So no, here's the thing. I think that you all took the video and took it to a man place, if you will. And the video wasn't talking about, someone coming in a French maid outfit while you come in to screw in their light bulb. You know what I'm saying? I know of dudes who have fallen subject to these same situations, right? But what I'm saying is that for y'all to even bring that part of it up when that wasn't even the context just screams about you all's lack of oh well, my goodness, what's the word? Because y'all be determined to get in cheeks, which I have no, like, what's the word?
They don't see the broader picture.
Not only do they not see the broader picture, but it's like the fact that that's exactly where your minds went when that was talked about. It's like, where's your self-control, right? Like, again, if you're saying, like you said, Quint, you went, you saw, you got the t-shirt, you're not going back, that's a completely different situation, right? Because now you're basically in so many words trying to tell your woman, okay, look, I'm not saying the words, but these are the words I'm using. And I ain't going to put no damn TV up for this lady no more. Okay. That's a completely different thing. Being able to be chivalrous to other women without any type of sexual context, even if they bring it, because you ultimately, again, all of the men who want to lead us to victory. If you can't lead yourself away from the French maid outfit, how can you lead me to the glory land? Like, yeah, we got to start. I don't care how hard you breathe. Go eat a taco. Okay. Like I said, like we're not doing.
She was very happy.
We're not okay. I bet she was hairy and scary, and I bet you she was Blanco too. Oh, white ass taco.
No, she was Negro. It's all good though.
Like
she was saying, "I papi."
Not bars. Not bars. She was Negro. It's all good though. I heard you there. It's cool, right?
Yeah,
But that's all I'm saying. It's like it's crazy how she's talking about like simple shit.
Ooh, what's that? Yo,
somebody job calling the men going.
Some broke through on Do Not Disturb.
Okay. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just feel like it's crazy that when we think about men being chivalrous, the first thing that men think about is women doing something for the chivalry, I guess, right? Like, oh, y'all came over and she had on this particular thing. Why is that even the?
No one said that.
Bro, that's exactly what y'all saying. We're just using bigger words.
Y'all are not listening to what we're saying, though. Go ahead.
I'm going off of the context of the video. You crazy people like to go all around the mulberry bush and don't never want to just go to the damn bush. Go to the bush. The bush was the video. What's so crazy? Said very specific things, and when I respond, I am responding.
Darius, you new here.
To
stay out of this. It's family business.
Did she say something about hanging a TV in the video?
I don't
did
think
she?
so.
You tell me. Y'all
talking about go to the video. Y'all pay so much attention. Didn't she say hanging a TV? Didn't she say hanging a TV?
You talking about one thing. We know
in that video. Did she say? I ain't want to hear that bullshit. Did she say hanging a TV? Did she say hanging the TV?
Calm down. Did she say hanging the TV? In the closet. I don't know who some air.
Did she say hanging the TV?
Open a window.
Did she say hanging the TV? Did she say hanging the TV?
Wait, this ain't. I know your wife talking to you like that.
No. Here's the thing.
This ain't get out, mister.
No. Here's the thing. You all intertwine what myself and GMT is saying with Professor's jokes. And now when you speak to us, you're speaking to all three of us as one.
I responded to you exactly what you were saying.
So you're telling me I'm wrong.
I responded to you.
What does that mean? I mean, does it matter?
What does it mean? I responded directly to you when you said something to me. I asked you particularly, I clarified, and I responded directly to you. It didn't have anything to do with Professor. I know his brain. I know when he's playing. I know when he's not. It doesn't have anything to do with GMT. I was speaking directly to you.
So what did I say about sex?
What did you say about sex?
Yeah.
That ain't have nothing to do with my response to you, so I don't know.
Oh,
So
Don't worry
all right. So check it out, right? What I peeped in this, what I'm saying, hold on, when I'm saying, right, it's not the fact that we're sitting here thinking like, yo, every time we got to go do something for a woman, we got to sleep with them. No one said that. All we're saying is that when you're lending out your man, quote unquote, sharing your man so much to these single women, y'all leave a door open. Let's keep it real.
Right.
Let's not act like, hold on, but let's not act like your man is not a human being and these other women are not human beings. And like these women don't want a man
I can agree with that statement.
like
I can
your
agree.
man.
I can agree with the statement that when we're doing that, we're putting them in a position to have that happen. I can agree with that when you're overly doing it. I agree with that particular statement. Big bag ticket.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you're putting us in positions all the time, every woman that's single that needs a man.
Wait a minute. So it's our fault we putting you in positions?
Of course.
We didn't
Yeah,
say
you
we
are
making y'all do it.
Yeah,
We said
because
we're supporting you if you do.
don't. No, it's up to y'all because guess what? Even if I wanted to help,
Nigga,
and
you
told
make
me,
your own.
Hold on, Candace. If I wanted to help a woman and you told me no, you think I'm gonna go do it?
What you say? What? I'm
If
sorry.
I wanted
Wait.
if
So I have to be louder, and I need you to repeat yourself because I hear the clapping in the background now. Over everything, there's clapping. So go ahead, say it again.
Oh yes, when you came back in.
If I wanted to help a woman, right? If I wanted to help a woman, and you told me no, you can't do it. Could I still go do it without there being drama between me and you?
No, but that's with everything, and I would never. But hold on, hold on.
Hold on, no. Hold on. Let's leave
Okay,
it there.
go ahead.
Let me continue.
That's with everything.
Right.
So go ahead.
Hold on. So if I can't do it, then that means it is up to you on whether I could or I can't.
Okay, I hear you. Now let me go ahead and straighten that out. If someone asks you to do something and you want to do it, right? If you want to do it, you go and ask. And see, and I have to take myself out of who I am and try and get right where you're trying to be. So if somebody asks you to do something, you go and ask your woman if you can do it, and that particular woman says no, and you go and do it anyway. What you did was you went to her, you asked her for her permission. She said no, and you went against that anyway.
But I'm a good guy, though.
What?
I'm a good
Chivalrous.
guy, and you
I'm
know
chivalrous.
me, and you know I'm chivalrous.
What do you mean you're a good guy?
And I'm doing it out of kindness of my heart because I'm just such a good guy, right?
Exactly.
So you should just let me do it and trust me because you know that I am a good guy. Why
You're not
are you telling
listening.
me no?
I agree. Listen to me. I agree. And if I am trusting you, now I'm me. So the way that I respond is I'm not telling you no. But if I was not me and I was one of them girls who would be like, no, you can't do it because I don't want this to happen and don't want that to happen. If I was that type of girl, then you have made a decision to invite that into your marriage. As far as you asked her, she said no, and you went and did it anyway. But if you want us to say yes, I'm saying yes. I'm the wife that will say yes. And so there's no, you're going to do it anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? Different caliber of women make different choices, and different things are going to happen, cause and effect.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, just correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to make sure I get this correct. If it's a woman that you say I can go help, it's okay. But if it's a woman I say I want to help and you say no and I go help, I'm wrong. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to get clarification.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, help me out. I mean, I'm just really trying to get clarification.
I don't know how to help you out.
Because that's what I heard. You said, "Well,
I
want a man that's chivalrous. I want a man. I want a man that's chivalrous, and I want my man to be able to help out other people. If someone needs help carrying their groceries or holding a door, whatever, that's what I want. But if I'm doing that for a woman that you don't want me to do it for, it's a problem."
Okay, let me correct this. I am not the person of heart to be like, you know what? If you don't help people, then you're not chivalrous. Like, I got to see you doing this, so I know you're chivalrous. No, I can sense that man's spirit already. If I'm making a decision to be with that man, I can sense his spirit. So I know the type of man that he is. So it's not like I'm saying, you need to go do this, you need to go do that, you need to go do that, nor did the video. It is, if my man is a chivalrous man and he is a helpful man and graceful, am I willing, without question, not without question, but without like arguing, to allow that man's grace to be spread? I am, but that's his choice first. Has nothing to do with me. I didn't ask him.
Right.
I didn't say yes. I didn't run into the woman. He came to me just to make sure that I was secure. If he comes to ask me to make sure that I was secure, and if it's a woman, what he's going to say if he's going to put up a TV, he'll be like, "Come on, babe, put up some shoes. We're going to go over such and such house so that we can put the TV up."
I
So,
bring you everywhere I go.
Right,
Huh?
that wasn't part of what
What
you
you
said.
say?
I'm not taking you everywhere we go. That's what he's
You
saying.
ain't coming with me. I'm gonna go put that TV up on my own.
then I tell you what, have her give you a key.
Oh, now you kicking me out the house.
Have her,
Nah.
no. You gonna go and do what you want. You kicked yourself out the house, GMT.
Okay, so Candace. But Candace, if you have the man that's graceful, chivalrous, you know his spirit, the whole nine, you know he helps any and everybody he can, right? So you got a girlfriend, she's like, hey, I need help with moving or something. Hey, my man will help you do that.
Wait, repeat that last thing. The clapping.
So if you have my thing's clapping.
No, I'm gonna hear it no matter what. It's not y'all. Go ahead.
Okay. So no, I'm saying if you have that man that you just described, the chivalrous man, the graceful man, everything you just said, that same person. And you have a girlfriend that needs help moving, right?
Okay.
Are you okay? So you're in this scenario, you're okay with him going to help her, correct?
We're both going.
Okay. So here's the second part. Same girl, you don't like this girl because you know what kind of person she is. I mean, she's cool, but you know she has some tendencies, but she still needs help moving. And he says, well, I'll help her move. Like, I really don't want you to do that. And he does it anyway because he's that graceful, helpful, chivalrous man. You saying that he's going to need a key because he's going to help her anyway against what you're saying?
Number one, just like you. So you're doing exactly what Quint said I was doing. GMT said the whole key thing. I mean, said the way that GMT was talking, I was talking to GMT about the key thing. Like, because he was like, well, if this, and I was like, well, if that. Now, to answer your question, and this is the only way that I can answer it from a personal perspective. A person that I'm with will not sit there and tell me they hear my wishes and hear my concerns, and they will not sit there and tell me I'm going to do it anyway. So I can't answer the question from that perspective because whoever I'm with, if they come to me and I have a concern about it, a valid concern, and or even if it's invalid, and they go and do it anyway, there's an issue beyond that whole, oh, she might come and get you. I'm not talking to you about, oh, you just wanted to go over that girl house. It's about you don't respect me as a partner. There's a deeper issue then, darling. Sorry.
I ain't your partner. But
that part.
Right.
But
listen. All right.
This big black man